Askmeeks. Good evening, guys. I am super duper excited today. Like, emotions are really high. Why? Because today marks the 1-year anniversary of Askmeeks. Today is the day that I put it out there to the world that I wanted to be a video blogger. Yes, I asked some awesome friends of mine on Facebook, kind of put it out there and said, hey guys, this is what I want to do. What do you guys think? And they all said, go for it. I think you'll be awesome. And here I am today. And we're making history. Little rundown of what you will see today. I'm definitely going to do a Q&A because that's how Askmeeks got started. I used to get a lot of questions and give people advice. So I want to do that tonight. Here in recap, I am going to give you some insight on what I'm doing next. And then I'm going to explain this hat. First, let's talk about this hat. I get stopped in the street so much when I wear this hat, mainly from females giving me a high five. Like, it's really ridiculous how many women love to say that this hat, fellas, doesn't say anything good about you guys. However, you know, it makes me look cool. When I saw this hat, I had to have it. It was sitting in the store and it had Meeks written all over it. Why did I have to have this hat? You're thinking, well, it's not what you think. So Meeks, you know, no boyfriend, no problem, right? No, I don't want a boyfriend. I want a relationship, but I want a relationship with a real man. So I don't want a boy. When that time comes and he finds me, you know, I want him to be a man, not a boy. So when I say no boyfriend, really I'm telling all the, you know, excuse my French, F-U-C-K boys, don't come at me. No boyfriend, no problem. Because if you have a real man in your life, I'm not gonna say you're gonna be problem free, but there'll be less problems. So that's the story behind this awesome hat. I love it. You know, I wish that I could have bought more and more colors because I definitely wear it a lot. Moving right along. So for today's Q&A, I was asked a very great question. You know, I haven't really done a video on this, but I've kind of sidestepped and dipped and dabbed in it in some of my comments to, you know, some of my videos or some of the memes that I've posted. But the question was, why is it that when a female first meets a guy and she's getting to know him, everything will be great for a short period of time, and then all of a sudden out of the blue, he totally changes? Let me give you an example. You're a female and you meet a guy, whether it be online or whether it's in person, and you guys are trying to get to know each other, and he calls you all the time and he's texting you and he's asking you how's your day, and you're thinking everything is going great. You may even reach the point where you guys go out on a date, and then all of a sudden everything just stops cold turkey. He just like disappears on you. No warning, no goodbye, no anything. So my opinion on why that happens, I mean, there's a lot of reasonings behind that. Sometimes you won't know unless the person actually gives you an explanation, and 9 times out of 10, you know, he's already gone out of your life and he's not trying to come back into your life, so you'll never know. But, you know, one scenario I can give you off the top of my head is that he just may not have been interested. Yeah, he may have been interested initially, and maybe something happened. Maybe you said something that he didn't like, or he realized that you weren't his type and he just wasn't man enough to tell you up front, so he just dipped on you. I mean, another scenario could be that he realized that you were too much woman for him. Now, this happens a lot, actually. A lot of times in the beginning, a man, depending on his intentions, if his intentions aren't to be serious, if his intentions are just to smash, or, you know, he's looking for a plaything, he's feeling you out in the beginning. So he doesn't know just from seeing you. 9 times out of 10, he's not going to look at you and say, oh, you know, she's easy. We won't even talk about that. But, you know, most of the time it's not going to happen like that. He's going to see you and he's going to think you're attractive, and now he wants to feel you out. So as he gets to know you, he realizes, like, hey, this girl may actually be some work, and I'm a douchebag, and I'm not trying to do anything serious with a good woman because I just want to smash. I just want to use her. So he'll back away from you for that reason, because he knows that you're a woman with standards and he's not going to be able to get over on you. Last but not least, majority of the time, these are men in relationships and they're looking for a side piece. something happens along the line before you guys really get a chance to know each other or really get a chance to hook up, and his girl finds out, or his wife, or his baby mama, or whoever it is, and there's a little interception that happens before you can even meet up. Ladies, don't always think that it's you or something wrong with you. The way you look, the way you speak, the way you dress. There may not be anything wrong with you. He may just be a douchebag. Or like I said, you maybe weren't his type, and that's okay, because there's somebody out there for everybody. What he doesn't like, the next man will. So guess what? You chalk it up to experience, and you get back out there and you keep it moving. So another question I get asked very frequently is why Meeks is single. So I don't want you guys to think that I don't want to answer the question, but that's going to be one of the things I'm going to address in my first official launch of my new show on YouTube. When I launch it, I am going to get really, really deep with you guys and basically break down the past couple of years of my life and relationships and why I'm single. A lot of people say to me, oh, how do you give relationship advice if you're single or you're a relationship expert? I have never claimed to be a relationship expert. I do not have a doctorate. I'm just a very, wise, intelligent female with a lot of understanding who have had, I had a very, very long-term relationship. And even, in the past couple of years, I've learned some things that I was able to share with other people. So that basically is it in a nutshell. So I'm not going to tell you too much about that because I have some really good things coming up for that first official YouTube episode. Subscribe to this channel. Yeah, just support your girl, subscribe, because when I tell you we're going to be doing some great things, we are. If you aren't following me on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter, make sure you follow me, make sure you share, make sure you like. You follow me, I'll follow you back. I'm going to really try to get more interactive with you guys. I haven't really been doing a good job with that. Comment on this video. Let's get, to talking and comment on this video. Tell me what you think about the whole men, why you guys dip on females, fellas. Please, I need your comments on that. On that note, I am going to wrap it up. The compilation video is coming up next. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please give me your feedback of things that you want Meeks to talk about. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you want to talk about. Again, subscribe. You're gonna hear me saying subscribe a lot in the near future. Subscribe again. Yeah, I'll be saying it a lot. So you guys have a great night. Peace out and enjoy. To chat about what I call the heartless generation. This new wave and new era of dating is so cold, so disconnected.
First date deal breakers. Do not try to order onion rings. Fuck them shits up. And then by the end of the night, you trying to put your crusty sour lip ass on mine. No, boo-boo, because you're lost.
Or this is a turn off for all women or a no-go, but he's sitting down and he turns around to say something to somebody and he happens to bend over. All I saw was crack. If it's that bad that you don't trust them and you feel like you have to violate their privacy, because yes, privacy is a big part of a relationship. No one wants to feel controlled and bombarded all the time and have to feel like they have to answer for every little thing. Releasing in a relationship, not a good idea. So if you gotta do all that, basically it's time to walk away. Apply for the FBI, CIA, the Academy, TSA. Hell, you can even be a mall cop. Chase the real bad guy.
How up, Bobo.
So let's do the classics.
Listen,
Morris Chestnut.
Yes, definitely. Michael Ealy.
Idris Elba.
Oh my God, I was just about to say him.
I still have that picture on my phone, by the way.
Let me get the chance to know you.
Yeah.
So this way, when you die, I can feel some kind of way. I don't know you. You die, I don't feel no kind of way.
Wait, how far ago was this?
This was like, what, in 2012?
Like, you probably died, nigga.
When should you give up the goods in a relationship? I don't know if you guys have been following Russell Wilson and Sierra, but he recently came out to the public and let everybody know that they were practicing abstinence me continuously, without a doubt. I deserve a love that will put me first before other women. I deserve a love that is not afraid to let the whole world know that I am his queen.
People actually feel bad for women who are single and searching in a quest not to settle. Let me explain this to you. I am single by choice. So what does that mean? I have plenty of options. I can have a different boyfriend for every day of the week if